In this video, I'm going to show you how to use copy and paste and also to use the duplicate option, and then we'll talk about creating clones and what exactly that means. So first of all, I'm going to choose the star shape tool and just simply click and drag to create a star, and I'll right click to complete creating that star, and it becomes sort of automatically selected when we finish drawing something. It's selected. So at this point I could use copy. So up here on the top menu I have a copy and a paste tool, and I'll just click copy, and that will create a copy of this star onto an imaginary clipboard. And at any time now I can click paste and it will add another star right over top of that first one. Now look, if I click and drag, you'll see that it's a copy. I still have the original one. In fact, even if I move the original one away, if I click paste, puts another star right back where it was, when I copied it. And so you can create, and if I click paste, it'll create another one. So you can have as many of these stars as you want. Now, the difference for duplicate, so notice whenever why don't I select this star here? And in the tool options, there's a button for duplicate. And if I click on duplicate, it also makes a new copy of that star, kind of like copy and paste would. See, I can move it down and I have two stars. The difference is the duplicate can be created as a clone. And let me show you. In the Edit drop-down menu, we have a choice called Add New Objects as Clones. And this is specifically when you're using that duplicate tool, it will create a new object that's a clone of the first one. And so what that means is, if I take this object here and I choose, for example, the Reshape tool, and I change, the shape of the object, like the rays or something, immediately the object that I had duplicated has also been updated to match its shape. But that's because it's a clone. So let's just demonstrate again. Select this star here. Let's just change it to make so we can identify it. I'll give it a red fill instead of a white fill. If I click copy and paste, I can make a new copy of it. However, if I select it and choose duplicate, I make a new copy that's a clone. And so if I go back to the first star and I choose reshape and change the shape of the rays again, notice that the one that I choose duplicate updated to match it, but the one that I simply used copy and paste did not. So that's the difference between using the duplicate and copy and paste. Now I don't have to duplicate as clones. In other words, if I turn this checkbox off and now select this red star, for example, and say duplicate and make a new copy of it, and then go back to, let's say, the original and change the shape of it, it did not change the shape of the duplicate. And that's because the option Edit, Add New Objects as Clones was not turned on. So yeah, duplicate and copy and paste are very common functions that are used for, obviously making more than one copy of same or similar shapes.